Okay. Look, we always want to win these games, and sometimes winning away from home is more fun than at home. So we had a chance to win tonight. I thought there was a decent effort to win the game, but in a couple of key moments, we weren't good enough to win the game. So it's one of those days where I think we didn't have our best day, but we didn't have a poor day, and so I think the result is fair. And for me, everything is connected also to the entire week. So, starting the week away in Vancouver, you get a point, put yourself in position to win, end up with a point. You play very well against Seattle, win. You put yourself in a position to win here in a derby away, and you end up with a tie. I think overall it's been a good week, and we can't lose sight of the journey that we're on for the entire season. And the steps we've made as a group has been very positive. But again, the short-term disappointment of not beating the Galaxy is obviously there, and we're frustrated. But if I'm seeing this as one of 34 league games, plus the Champions League games, plus, we're on a good path.
One more. It was a pretty emotional night for Mark Delgado. Obviously, there was a lot surrounding him. And how do you think he handled the lead up to this game and what you saw from him tonight and the decision to take him off? Why was that made?
Our subs tonight were due to injury, so our hands were a little tied with the subbing, and that's never great. So trying to manage that, you disrupt the rhythm of a team unwillingly, and that's always hard to compensate, and that does disrupt the rhythm and possibly the momentum in a negative manner. But the hands are tied. Guys have to come off. They have to come off, and Markey is an experienced player, and how he handled it, I think it's a good question for him.
Being up twice in the scoreboard during the game, despite what happened last home game, do you see this more like a positive result than negative?
I think the week is positive. If you look at it as a whole, this individual game, I can share with you the feeling in the locker room. There's just pure disappointment. So I think we're more disappointed in this result than our opponent, and we'll learn from this. I think we made some errors we normally do not make, and we'll learn from this moment and get better.
Steve, why was the decision to start Nathan and the good things he did and the great goal that lit up the whole play was amazing that he ended up with the goal?
I think for that reason, I think you answered your own question. I think when Nathan showed what he can do, his threat in behind in these channels, these half channels in between center backs and outside backs, he's very quick. He's also fast, and he has a lethal finish. He's tireless defensively, and I think those efforts are what we needed to begin the game tonight. And Nate did his job. Nate did well.
The build-up for this game, it was for the fans. LAFC fans were really high, especially because the different standing positions. Do you feel like it should be the right time, the right place to make a winning statement in Carson?
I think we were in a good position. We had an excellent performance on Wednesday against Seattle, and so the team certainly had enough confidence to win games like this. But I think also it's also really important not to lose games, not just always to look to win. Yes, we all want to win. We do everything we can to win derbies, especially for our fans. But it's also important to understand your way, and we got a point tonight, and our arch rival hasn't won a game yet.
Steve, I know you always talk about big games and that kind of progressing the league over. You're probably not going to think down the road, but this is potentially your last one here for LAFC. Just talk about the experience and how you guys talk about the standings don't really matter in the game, just seems to deliver every time, regardless who's on the field, regardless where you at.
Yeah, I say things because I believe that, and I think it's totally irrelevant. I think if you asked every fan in the stadium what happened prior to tonight, nobody cares. When these two teams match up, it's always something special and it's always emotional, sometimes too emotional. And the game suffers because of that. Poor decision-making, sometimes poor football, but therefore more intensity and more chaos, which I think is maybe more exciting at times. But yeah, it's a great rivalry, and they're a lot of fun to be a part of. I'm glad that I was able to be a part of a lot of them so far, and hopefully there's at least one more, maybe two more to go.
Steve, on Nate's goal, did you see something specifically? I saw you got really emotional after that goal and excited. I don't know if it was just something breakdown technically that you saw there.
Yeah, before that, the moments before that, I had a chat with our left-sided players. I'm not going to share what I said, but they did exactly what we expected of them right thereafter, and were rewarded with a great goal.
Can you give your assessment on Bwanga's performance
Bawanga, sorry? Yeah, a fantastic goal. Really bright start to the game. I think decision-making in the second half down the stretch, he would do things differently with his 1v1 ability and the moments he had. But, a typical Denis performance. He's always a threat to goal. Always a threat, always attracts two defenders. I think we didn't do a very good job in the second half of getting supports around him so we could get the ball to the other side like we did in the first half. I think that's something that we need to look at and improve on.
Sí, estaba un bien gol y importante. Es mejor si ganamos, pero es que pasó y estaba un buen juego y we just have to keep it better next time.
Háblanos de tu celebración del gol. ¿Tiene algún significado especial?
Yes, Conor McGregor. Es una celebración de Conor McGregor. Es my favorite UFC fighter or celebrity, mi favorito, y pues yo quería hacer.
Y tú sabes lo que es vivir los colores de este club, ¿no? ¿Qué representa para ti lo que es esta rivalidad y aún más especial poder marcar aquí de visita?
Yeah, es muy importante y the rivalry with Galaxy is it's big, so it means a lot for me because in the academy we played a lot, and it's just gotten more and more important as I've gotten older.
And then you talk about building confidence throughout the season, just getting these moments. What does a moment like today, a spectacle like today, do for your confidence going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it just helps it, right? Just feeds into the delusion, I guess, and it helps.
Steve said on that second goal he saw something. I don't know if you were privy to it when he said to the defensive left side that he saw something that kind of created that movement. Were you aware of that, or was it just something that happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Garces, he's an aggressive guy, so he's always looking to step, so obviously behind is going to happen, and there was like a little moment of that in the first half where Denis tried to play it. It was maybe a little hard, but it was the same idea.
Nathan, ¿te has comunicado con el entrenador de El Salvador para el partido contra Surinam que se viene?
We haven't talked, but I've been texting back and forth with different people from El Salvador. Yeah.
Yeah, when we see the competition that is up front and we see other guys in their experience like Jeremy, like Olivier, what does that mean to you when you get that opportunity to start in a game like this and having the coaching staff just confidence and backing you up?
Yeah, I mean, it makes me, just feel even more confident, but I respect that there's pressure behind it, because, we have two amazing strikers right there, and so I just have to prove them right.
Coach said that there was some type of disappointment in the locker room. I mean, you guys had your chance to kind of win the game. Why is it that you guys kind of were disappointed that you guys let it get away?
I mean, many reasons. They're in last place. It's a rivalry match. We're up. And, I mean, I think all of that, we always look to beat everybody. And so if we have the lead, we don't want to give it away. And unfortunately, we didn't lose, obviously, but our expectations are higher than just tying. We want to win championships. And games like these, kind of lead the path and just set a standard.
How did it go for you tonight? How did you feel out there and the reception and all that stuff?
It was nice to get the reception, see a lot of familiar faces, but I was definitely trying to, lock in, dial in, and just, be ready to perform. Definitely wanted to win so bad, but unfortunately didn't get the win.
Mark, of course, lots of emotions. Even yesterday you got the ring, and today you were facing your former team. Just what was that like for you?
Yesterday I did not get the ring. I did that on Friday. I was told it was going to be put on the day of the game during warm-ups, and clearly that didn't happen, just to clarify that. So it was supposed to be a nice reception, thank you, but clearly that didn't happen. Your second question? What was that?
No, you said just for the first time being on the other side.
Oh, okay. It was really nice. It was, man, 32, 52, the black and gold, they always show up, show out. It was great. I mean, I just wanted to put a performance out there for them. And like I said, I wanted to win so bad, not just for me, but for them, for my teammates, to win in this stadium, on this soil again, but on the other side. Yeah, the competitive juices were just flowing. I just wanted to win, but unfortunately we didn't.
Were you unhappy with the way the ring ceremony played out?
No, it was nice, but clearly what I was told didn't happen. So
Did they give you a reason?
I don't know. I was not happy about it, right? Clearly a lot of people were not happy about it, but I guess, it was out of my control. I was told one thing, and another thing happened. Yeah.
Mark, games like
Yeah.
these, you guys always say that standings don't matter, anything doesn't matter coming into it. It just becomes a wild game regardless of whoever's on the field.
Right.
Does it feel like these type of games kind of, you guys are hitting your stride now and building for what's to come for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, these games are really, they can get out of control a lot, but I think we did really well for most of the game in managing the time, managing emotions. It took us a few minutes to get into it. We gave up an early goal, but we got one back with Denny scoring a golazo. And I think for like 75 minutes we did really well managing the game, but unfortunately we had to change a few things. I was unfortunately cramping. Timmy was cramping as well. So we had to change formation, bring in some other players, and I think we gave them too much time, too much space. We needed to be more aggressive. When we were aggressive, they didn't know what to do. But once we started to back off, then they did what, they do. They just turn around and play the ball in behind, right? You give them time, any team will be good. But it's a disappointment, but I think in a good way we came out with a point away, even though we would like to have 3 points. But this disappointment is something good. Well, in my point of view, it's something good to have that is always there and you don't want to have again. So you push for, better, and you were going to push the level. And, yeah, hopefully everyone feels the same way.
Mark, en español, háblanos sobre las sensaciones de jugar tu primera vez el clásico ahora con el otro equipo y de volver a este estadio.
No tengo mucho para decir, pero era bien para regresar aquí, mirar mucha gente que conozco. Pero también quería ganar, pero no ganamos. Pero ganamos un punto aquí y sí, queríamos ganar, pero salimos con un punto y así es.
¿Qué nos puedes decir de esa ceremonia que se te hizo previo a este juego? ¿Recibiste el anillo? ¿Con qué puedes aclararnos al respecto?
Sí, yo agarré eso 2 días antes de este partido, no era ayer. Como dice en inglés, me dijeron unas cosas que nomás era hacer un video para pasar en el calentamiento y bueno, eso no pasó, ¿no? Lo ponieron en todo el social media ayer y mucha gente no estaba feliz, pero yo no tenía control de eso. Me dijeron una cosa y otra cosa pasó.
Mensaje para 3252 que no dejó de apoyarlos.
Sí, ellos son increíbles, siempre están apoyando 90 minutos y más y siempre están allí, están increíbles. Yo estoy muy, ¿cómo dices? Happy. Feliz para tener estos colores, para jugar enfrente de ellos y yo voy a siempre dar a 100 para ellos.
Mark, how was it coming off after 69 minutes with the cramps?
Oh, man, it was disappointing, man. I was just so fired up, so angry to come off with cramps that just came out of nowhere, honestly. I thought I prepped really well, but it just kind of came out of nowhere. So yeah, I don't know what to say, honestly. It's really disappointing, personally disappointing. Yeah, got to do better.
Yeah, and that last half hour, then you're forced to sort of watch on the sideline. Obviously,
Yeah.
you want to be on the field. You feel like you have control, but watching from the stands, you have no control really.
Yeah.
Can you describe that last half hour just as
God.
from your seat?
Yeah, from my seat, just sitting on the sideline, just trying to help guys, trying to get guys still going, screaming from the sideline, trying to, help out in some sort of way, because I knew if I was still out there that we would still have control of the game and possession, and, I can cover ground like I always do. And I think I was winning a lot of second balls where, they usually thrived, but I think I was cutting those off where Peck was getting frustrated and they had no effing idea what to do, honestly. So it's frustrating, honestly. Honestly, it's really frustrating. I wanted to win so bad, but I think, I don't know, I think that played a part in my cramps. I think I was too tense out there. I don't know. But, yeah, disappointing for sure, man.
Last question, Scott.
This team has had some ups and downs this year,
Yeah.
Sometimes within games.
Yeah.
Last couple of games, you guys have been looking good. Do you feel like you guys, that the connections have arrived, that you've kind of turned a corner, and what do you think's...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, from the beginning of the season till now, I think we've really turned a corner. I wouldn't say we're at our best, but we are definitely trending in the right direction. We're playing really well. Ball's moving. Guys are moving. The chemistry's there. We know what we want to do, how we want to set up teams. I think we're pulling teams apart really well and playing in behind. I think a lot of good things are coming. We just really need to have like a full performance and consistency. Myself included. Yeah, I think we're trending in the right direction, though. Even Marco said we're a really good team.
Did anything kind of have to fall into place, or
I
is it
think
just something where the
if
evolution led
if
to
I
it?
didn't cramp, I think we would have won that game. Fuck. But yeah. Yeah, we just stuck to the plan. Tried different things from the beginning till now, and I think we really are starting to nail something down, get something good going. Brought in, some good additions, Frankie, and then Yeboa's doing really well, David's doing really well. Everyone's really stepping up. We just need to keep performing at a high level. Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
Awesome.
Mark?
Oh, damn it.